Hello, everyone. Manufactured Collectibles here, and it's Company Collectibles
Hello!
with episode 2 of Sixth Scale Unfiltered. Episode 2, Easy. We made it.
I like it. I like it. We got plenty of likes, more than I thought we would have gotten. Views, reactions, and everybody, most of you guys seem to love it. I mean, it was just episode 2 is here. We're doing it.
Right, because you guys did it, right? We asked people, hey, if we get to 100 likes, you're going to get episode 2. And we passed 250.
250.
I think we're close to 300 already. Holy shoot. It's crazy. But no, I want to say thank you guys because really this show was meant for us to do it for you. So you guys can pretty much get some news, some inside information, and some unfiltered talk about what's going on with Hot Toys, with the delays, with the reissues, which, by the way, it is the topic of tonight. We're going to talk about reissues. So stay tuned because we have a lot of information we're going to discuss. We want to share some inside information we got as well about potential figures that might be coming out next. So I think it's going to be very interesting. And also you're going to hear our thoughts. This is going to be an unfiltered show, so get ready. Easy. The first show was a success. I mean, we got a lot of people giving us really good feedback, which we appreciate. Any constructive criticism is much appreciated. And of course, we got the usual trolls and the usual people that, dislikes the videos, which is fine. If you don't like something, you can dislike it. By all means, it's absolutely fine. But then some people attacking us and giving us some harsh comments.
Which is fine. I think it's fine because these type of videos will cause controversy. It's natural for this to cause some heat and tension in the community because it's very strong opinions and stuff coming on because it's unfiltered. Exactly. This is kind of the purpose of the show. This is kind of what we're doing here, is trying to deliver facts and statistics and stuff based off our opinions and actual sources coming out from Hong Kong. So it's fun to watch all the battles and love and hate stuff going on. So I like to see it. I like to see it a lot. And also, like we said, make sure you like the video. It helps us keep going and know that you guys want to see more. So liking this video to start
helps a lot, and that's for sure. Yes, and before we start with the topic of the reissues, which is, I know, a very controversial topic, a lot of people talking about it, some of them giving you their opinions, and of course we have Easy here because he pretty much started the whole thing, right? Let's be honest. When he does his buyer pass, he gives his honest opinion.
Yeah, and the reissue, it's good. It's good. You people will actually know what's going on. It's fancy coming from us. And reissues is not. You might think, some people might even think, hey man, this reissue stuff is dragging on too long. We need to move on. But with what Dante is about to tell you, that's why we're bringing the reissue back to the table. And so stay tuned in the video if you want to see it. It's
watch it until the end. Right. Because, as always, if he dies, he dies. So that's an inside joke, guys. But well, the purpose of this show is that, right? To tell you guys like it is. Be honest, upfront with you. Any comments that we have is our comments, our opinions. By all means, you can disagree, which is fine. And we're gonna do it in a respectful manner. We're not here to impose our ideas, to impose our opinion, to tell you, hey, quit, or hey, start collecting. No. This is up to you. You are the one who has the final word. Right?
So, yeah. And if I yell at you in the comments, don't feel bad. I like trolling around with the trolls, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. And I mean, you see, you know us guys already by now. I mean, we try to reply to every comment, whatever is controversial, is harsh. Obviously, if somebody's using profanity, is blocked. Because we don't condone that, right? But we are here to have a very healthy debate about reissues. I hope you guys enjoy it. So we're gonna start with pretty much the topic, right? So straight to the gut, my friend. Reissues. Is it good or is it bad? And before my friend Easy has the first word, actually, you're gonna have the first word, and then I'll go.
Reissues is good and bad. Reissues is like, for new collectors, it's a whole brand new spectrum because they're getting in. I've heard it over and over. It's good for new collectors. It's great for that. It's great for this. But is it though for the company? Is it though for those collectors who has been in it for a long time? And you want to say, yeah, it's great, but like take Pokemon, like what I'm starting to do, my new crack addiction.
DC Toys.
DZ Toys. I have Pokemon openings. If you want to check that out, a little plug-in. If a Pokemon card is highly demanded, some people even know about that Charizard, that Logan Paul had around his neck. I'm sure you saw the fight with Charizard around his neck. Yeah. If that card was in 50% of all the packs out there, which is a lot, it's going to be flooded. And Pokemon, that desire, the fun, the community, the hunting, all that fame, and Pokemon, I don't think it would be the number one brand in the world for this kind of stuff. If it was that common, it wouldn't be fun to have. It wouldn't be that exciting, And then Hot Toys, I feel, is the same way. If you have Hot Toys, which is high-end collectibles, rare, limited edition numbers, just this high-end collectible stuff, right? And you start to see it left and right. I mean, these things are coming out with reissues, and it's just like it takes out that high value. What am I looking for? Productivity out of it, I guess you would say. Right. So there's that factor, and then reissues is another analogy, like the iPhone. What if iPhone said, let's reissue the iPhone 5, the exact same iPhone 5 in 2021? It's not going to work. As for example, the War Machine, nothing was upgraded. I mean, nothing. Everything the same, everything, the base, the head sculpt, everything same. If you're going to do a reissue Hot Toys, vamp it up. Let me see some variety in you guys, Let me see something new.
Right. Yeah. And you touched a very good point. And this is not a matter of us questioning a company about their strategies, right? Obviously, it's not. We're just talking about this because we think it's just our opinion, right? Hot Toys has the right to do whatever they want as far as reissuing, production, and whatever they want.
Another thing I want to add, Hot Toys went in this direction. They went in the direction to be this rare collectible, this high-end, this low quantity. It's a one and done. You're not going to get it again. We went with that direction. For collectors that's been collecting for a while, they can understand. Now, the reissues, it's kind of hurting us at the soul because, we joined you when we were holding hands, and now you're kind of pushing us away. And it's just like, you don't want me anymore. It's the money. It's the money. I mean, it's a business.
It's a business, yeah. It is understandable. We're gonna put ourselves in the shoes of new collectors. Obviously, for new collectors, this is perfect, right? Because they're gonna get the chance of getting figures that they were long sold out. And of course, it's also fair to say that it is also benefiting senior collectors, because some senior collectors maybe miss out, let's say, a War Machine, right? And now they're going to have the chance of getting it. And that's fine as well. So this is the beauty of this topic. So it's really not a competition of who's right or who's wrong or who has the better, opinion than other, because this is an opinion. This is the perspective we've seen. It can definitely not, be in the same direction as yours, which is absolutely fine. We're just trying to talk about this because I think it's good for educational purposes for new collectors and maybe some mid-level collectors, right? That have been in the hobby for a couple of years, right? We've been long enough. I mean, I've been collecting for like almost 7 years. I mean, 6 years Hot Toys, but I was collecting all the stuff before that. So it's not like I just started like a few months ago and I'm talking like I know everything. I don't know anything. I'm still learning all this. I mean, this is really
as big as so-called reviewer I try to be. I'm renowned in my little some groups, chats, and stuff like that. They make fun of me because I put my Iron Man neck, that little neck collar.
Yeah,
I put it wrong. It was sticking so high up, and I was like, "Oh, it's not supposed to be like that." we all do noob moves. We're all noobs. We're all here for the fun and games anyway. So we're not trying to sound professional, but
right.
you know,
And
I
we're
have
not,
my opinions. Dante has his.
of course. And trust me, when Izzy and myself start talking on the phone, we disagree on a lot of things. But the beauty of this is that we are two adults who can argue about something without fighting, without attacking anybody, right? And that's the thing, right? And we've seen a lot of people attacking us with the first episode, right? For
Yeah,
the, you know,
it's fun, ain't it?
right, yeah. And I mean, hey, if you want to say something, by all means, it's fine. But
Yeah,
I'm not here cursing to. Oh, I'm not here
right.
trash talking nobody. We're just
Yeah,
giving our opinion. That's why it's called Unfiltered. Six Scale Unfiltered. That's the purpose.
yeah. You
Um,
mother. I'm just kidding. We're
right?
not doing that.
No, we're not. So putting in the shoes of new collectors, this is obviously awesome, right? Because new collectors are going to have the chance of getting those figures that they missed out because they just started collecting. Same with the mid-level collectors, and same as senior collectors. So, for example, my friend Fabio. Shout out to my friend Fabio. He's okay with reissues, and it's fine because and he has pretty much everything.
He has
He doesn't need
hundreds,
he
hundreds.
hundreds. I mean, hundreds. Actually, more than 700 figures. So for him, he should be the first one complaining, but he's not because he's fine with it. And guess what? It's fine. Like it is fine. Me personally, I'm 50-50 with reissues, right? I'm okay
Yeah.
as long as you expand, right? As long as you give us something new, like Easy mentioned before. If you're gonna do something that is straight reissuing something without adding at least something, at least call it like my friend Desi said in one of the live streams. If you're gonna do something, or you're gonna give us a figure that has been released before and is sold out, then add something. Maybe modify the base, maybe
Right.
add an extra knife or extra hand, and call it like a version, whatever. Right? That's all we're asking, really. But Easy, I heard a lot of collectors, and I mean, we were lucky because there's a lot of really good people in the community, and also people that is not that great, but
Mhm.
in general, a lot of people are really good. They've been collecting for a long time, and they most of the people that I spoke about this issue, because before having this show, I pretty much took a few collectors. Most all of them, pretty much the senior collectors, were pretty much okay with that. But like Easy mentioned, they got that concern about you when we started with you, it was kind of exclusive type, and now you start reissuing stuff. So
And I don't know if it's just me, but I take it as we're the voices of the community. Because how else does Hot Toys communicate with the community? I mean, really nothing. So when we talk out and we reach out, when we talk and we say these things, someone from Hot Toys or somewhere, somehow, they're seeing this and they can act upon, there's a lot of talk going on about it. And then our talks will lead on to them, other people in the community talking and talking and talking, and it will get to them somehow. But if everyone's silent and just taking it and they're just dishing out this stuff on us, because that's my point of view. I feel like they should be doing variety. I feel like they should be doing reputable reissues, something that can entertain us, rather than reissuing a 1/4 scale Mark
42.
42.
Yeah.
That's not entertaining for me. That's not. I mean, it entertained very few people. Like, I don't know many that was like super excited and ecstatic to see it.
Right.
So
That's the point that we're gonna make, right? When we decided to do this Unfiltered show, is just to raise our voice and kind of talk about things that matters to collectors, right? Some collectors don't care, perfectly fine. Some collectors do care, and some of them are happy about it, which is perfectly fine as well. So we're not selfish here. We're not saying, hey, why are you reissuing? Because I already have the figure, I don't want anyone else to get it. That's bullshit. I mean,
yeah.
that will be a lie, right? Why not giving the chance of other people to get the same figure, right, at a cheaper price? So that's the point of all this. And with this Iron Man, I'm going to show you something really interesting, guys. So I'm going to share my screen. So because I just put this together before starting the show, but I think it's kind of interesting to see the reissues, right? So obviously, Mark 47 is a very known reissue figure. Actually, I took advantage of that because I didn't have the figure,
I did
and
too.
I
And
was happy about it. You know, um, I didn't pay the $1,000 price tag in the secondary market, but
that's true. This thing climbed.
right. But I kind of feel sorry for the people who were hunting down for this figure for years, and then when they got it at 950 the next day, hey, this is a reissue now.
Hot Toys reissued it. Hey, you can your best. We'll accept your best offer, a 380 or whatever this is retailing at. So that kind of sucks. That probably killed a lot of people's inside.
Dude, I really felt sorry for the collectors who got this figure and then it was reissued the next day.
That's why collectors everywhere, you collect hot dogs, you collect freaking pens. Practice restraint. I have to tell you over and over. Practice restraint. Know what you can spend. Know your limits. Know how far you can reach. What genres you love and what genres you like.
Right.
Practice restraint, and you'll find yourself in a good place in collecting to a point where it won't hurt you financially for the most part.
Yes, and this is an addiction too. I mean, this you know the. I mean, let's kind of like move, go outside of the topic, right? But when you buy something that you like, right? When you buy something that you like, the excitement when you open that figure or whatever is high. And once you open it, once you put it in your display case or you put it whatever, then you're saying, okay, so
now what?
What's next, right? Then you start hunting down for another figure,
right?
And another figure. And another figure, and another figure.
Emotional impulse buys.
Exactly.
That's the hardest.
And the problem is that, let's be fair and let's be honest. We have, if you're collecting this type of figures, you should have a income that can help you to afford this, right? If you're making really low budget, low wage, right? You cannot buy like 50 figures, for example, right? Because you don't have the money of spending. You have basic needs, you have your responsibilities. If you're a father or mother, you need to prioritize your expenses, right? But for new collectors, and this is the advice I always give to new collectors, just have a budget, start with what you really like, and be real of what where to spend your money. And like my friend Aries always says, don't follow the hype. Don't fall for the hype, because sometimes that's the worst thing, right? When you see the blue bar on Sideshow website that figures about the wait list, that everyone's buying it.
All the fear under pressure, basically.
Fear, exactly. So you need to be careful because we want to, and I started like a year ago with my channel, right? And I've been, on Instagram for quite some time. And the amount of new collectors that we have now in the community is crazy. We have a lot of new collectors, and that's awesome. That's awesome because we're getting more people to collect what we like. Well, we talking about everyone. And that's good. That's good. But also, they're making so many mistakes buying pretty much everything, trying to catch up to more senior collectors that have been collecting for years. Unless you have the money of spending, of course, you can buy anything you want. But if you don't have the money and you're trying to budget yourself, you need to be very cautious of what you spend. Right? So that's a simple rule. But moving on to the reissue, easy. So this was the first one, right? The first reissue, Mark 47. You took
advantage. This was a welcome one. This was a welcome one. We didn't have any big talks of reissues, figures coming in all the time, like another one. So this was kind of cool. This was kind of cool for the community. It was really high demand and, supply and demand. Supply is literally on scalping on eBay. So let's give them what they demand. A reissue of the Mark 47. Okay.
Right. So that's one. Right. Okay. I said, okay, that's perfect. I mean, we missed on this. I mean, I know there's other figures that I don't have because right now it's like to the roof, right? The price is so expensive. But then, boom, we got Mark 43 reissue, right? Okay. So it's, okay, it is what it is, right?
I feel like they kind of reissued this. Was it to go with the Hulkbuster? I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think so.
Right, I'm pretty sure this was just to go with the Hulkbuster,
right?
Because the Hulkbuster, I think. Wait, didn't they reissue the Hulkbuster?
I think they
I'm pretty
did.
sure they
I
did a
think they
second
did.
wave.
Maybe, yeah,
Something.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
And what is this? Iron Man.
Iron
Once
Man,
again.
right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so another one to go to the Hulkbuster. Okay, you know what? It's fine because a lot of people got the Hulkbuster. Yeah, I think it was reissued because a lot of people didn't get it the first time,
Yeah, I'm
and then
pretty
it
sure
was
it's
the second
reissued,
one,
and then Hulkbuster came out a little bit more
right? And
expensive
now
on the
is
second time.
and because of this price tag is in the shelf still waiting to get sold out. So, okay, so that's good. Then we have what?
Mark
Mark
V,
5 reissue,
the
right?
infamous Mark V. I
The
mean, everybody
infamous,
knows about this thing on eBay. It hit $1,000. It
right?
hit
Right.
1,000 and up.
But you're looking at the pattern, right? Like the
Yeah.
prices of these previous figures that I'm showing, right? So then what happened? Then we got this one. But
Whiplash.
this was a smart move because they didn't want to say this is a reissue, but this is more like they fixed the health scope a little bit. So they gave us
Yeah.
something something new. They improved the previous version. So to me, this is, I'm not gonna consider this as a reissue, but I'm just showing you to see the Hatos can do it if they want. If they want to add something new to it, so people can, collectors in general, people who are really not too keen about the reissues, can get a figure with some minor changes, right? This one was a perfect
Yeah, I
example.
think they did a better job on the head sculpt. I'm pretty
They
sure
did.
they did a better job on the head sculpt and the hair, from what I believe. But this was an update in
Right,
general. In
right,
general looks, like this is an update.
right.
And then that was good. That was okay. It was going good.
Yeah, it's going good. And then what
You know,
happened? Boom.
War
They
Machine.
gave us War Machine reissue. So we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Holobaster. The Whiplash, I'm not gonna say it's a reissue because it's basically an upgrade. I
Revamp
will say
2.0.
I'm just showing for the sake of the example, right? So we start looking at the patterns here. So Easy. I'm gonna go back to you. Do you think? I mean, obviously, right? I guess the question is, why is Hot Toys reissuing figures? Why are
Hot
they
Toys,
doing it?
it's got to be like, well, before we go on that thing, I want to say every one of them was Marvel. Like, come on, like you want to give us something else, but it's just the reissue. What they need your pre-order money. They need your pre-order money. They want to do stuff easy and quick, and which easy, yeah, no pun intended. And what's easy and quick? Reissues. We're gonna remold, repaints, and all that kind of stuff, and it will stay in line with current release dates.
Right.
Because they're so backed up on what? The Tony Stark head sculpt, the Bad's head sculpt. So that in they're delivering releases, but not new releases. But they're acting like they're new because they want to stay on track with their quarterly releasing.
Right.
Think about it, right? They want to stay in their fiscal year. They want to make a certain amount. I want to make a certain amount. We can't bring out nothing new. We can't even release anything new. Rex, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to stick with their quota. They want to stick with their business. Otherwise, you fall behind. You're gonna lose, because in business, when you lose quick. In a split second, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars gone.
Right.
So that's what I think. I think they're just trying to buy some time with reissues, and then that will allow them to later pick up whenever they do catch up.
Mm-hmm.
They'll pick up and continue. Like, look at the new Mando that just came out. What's new? I mean, they added some bags to this one. It's the deluxe Mando, but with shining armor. They got some turtle wax on that guy. And like you said, maybe the fat suit removal. But it's kind of a reissue. Some people don't say, it's not a reissue. Whatever. It kind of is.
I would probably disagree with you, my friend. We
You
disagree in the video.
Disagree with me.
We are disagreeing in the video. We are people. Hey guys, this is how we talking, like, for real.
It's
like
love.
I can disagree. I don't think this is a reissue. It's actually a new. Obviously, it is a new release. But just because, and this is what Desi said, because you adding a head sculpt, the Jarvis head sculpt. You probably removing the fat suit. You adding a wire cape. You adding the spear. You adding the dark saber.
No,
That
but
right there, it is
in
a
terms, I do kind of agree with you.
totally different figure.
In terms, I do kind of agree with you because you're right. They're upgrading, but the base of the figure is to help them, like I said, stay on track. They have most of the parts.
Oh yeah, that's
All they got to add is a few strings in the cape. The head sculpt, it's a few years off. Let's try to keep up, and certain things like that. But for the main part, the Mando, we got, Hot Toys already. They're like, we got this already. We can just throw in some loose change and call it a day and charge way more for it. I mean, we do have a head sculpt, so it's like,
so yeah, and also remember, guys, you also pay for the quality, right? If you get a figure with a really good head sculpt, with a really good material, with a wire cape, all those little things, little details adds up to the list. So I can understand, and I think it is a good, solid release. People have mixed feelings about the timing of this release, which is fine, honestly. They're a business. So why is Hatos reissuing figures? So I'm gonna straightforward, because they're a business, right? They need to make money. Like Easy mentioned, they need to make their money. They need to fund other projects.
Their quota.
And what is the easiest way of making money? Reissuing figures, and that's a fact. I mean, we cannot take. Is that a good business move? Of course it is. I mean, if you're a business, what's your goal? Making money, or just kind of donate stuff to people?
Capitalize.
Let's be honest. I mean, they need to make the money. I mean, and we are the consumers, and we're gonna buy it. And I think this strategy of reissuing figures is because they see what I just mentioned before. There's a lot of new collectors out there. A lot of Iron Man lovers, a lot of Star Wars lovers, DC lovers, and they're trying to give that to that particular group of people, right? That is the main reason why they're reissuing figures, not because they just because they need money and they want to attract a new market, new people, right?
New market is always tasty because they're ready to spend money.
Exactly. They're ready to spend the money.
Yeah. Don't throw it too hard. I might take something off.
But yeah, I know, right? But that's the fact. I mean, as a business, you need to meet your goals, right? Your financial goals, and this is a absolute way of doing it, the easiest way of doing it, right? The Mark 85 head sculpt, which we discussed in episode 1, which by the way is going to be on the top here, if you want to watch it, episode 1. We spoke about the delays and the main reason why all this was delayed, besides obviously the pandemic that obviously didn't help, but the huge F up with the head sculpt that a lot of people complained, especially the market in Asia, which is a very strong marble base, complained so much that Hot Toys checked, and they said, you know what, I have to do something about it. And that's what they did. That was for the first time I think I've seen that they came back and say, hey, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna fix this.
Yeah. And like we mentioned in the last episode, it must have been bad. It must have been real bad for Hot Toys to say, whoa,
right. And I'm gonna give that to Hot Toys as well, because they have the balls to say, I F it up.
They have one ball, just one ball. I don't know if they have the
ball. but the point is that and some people pretty much attacked me because I said that they should be Hot Toys should have open communication with the consumers. But I'm not saying that they need to tell me, hey Dante, listen, I'm gonna have this. I mean, they don't have to tell me that. But when they're experiencing heavy delays, like the first time we've seen, and this is from my sources in Hong Kong, that they never experienced a delay in figures this long. Like we're talking about almost 3 weeks with no figures, no releases. I think that's the longest.
We're having cheeky releases though. We're having like Pepper, Spider-Man video game suit. It's real cheeky of you, Hot Toys. I don't quite like it, but I'll take it. Kind of releases. Right. We're not getting those Captain Rex, Pennywise,
right,
Iron Patriot, Battle Damage Thanos. Those heavy hitters. So that's what we're wanting from you right now. But the cheeky releases, I don't consider them releases. I'm just I need something heavy. I need something good.
Something like yes. And this is again, I got this from my sources in Hong Kong. Also, the main reason why they reissue in figures is because the pre-order numbers are not as good as they projected. So in a business, when you release a product, right, you have certain projections and certain estimates. Okay, how much are we going to sell of this product, right? When you don't get to those numbers, that's a red flag, because you're like, oh shoot, this is not going to be enough for me to cover
Yep.
for this and for that. So that's another reason why they reissue need more figures. And again, take it with a grain of salt. This is the information I got. I'm just sharing it with you. I'm not claiming ownership. I'm not claiming absolutely nothing. I'm just sharing it with you, plain simple. And when you connect the dots, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But now, you see, moving on to the next topic involving reissues, right? So okay, so we talk about the reissues, what happened before with the Mark 47, the War Machine, the other Ironmans, right? Now, what figures are next? Is it Marvel? Is it Star Wars? Is it DC? What do you think?
Some independent company, studio. And it's so hard now to ask me what's next. A lot of people ask me all the time. They're like, "Easy, can you tell me, like, let me squeeze your nips, let me poke your tits. What is it? What's next?" And I'm like, honestly, with all these reissues, with how the economy is, with how Hot Toys is acting, with how Hot Toys pull back and then pushed and do this and do that, I don't even know. You'd think you'd be done. Like we just showed the reissues they've done. What is it? Marvel, 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 Marvel. And it's not just Marvel, 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 Marvelous. It's Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron. It's like,
War Machine.
okay, just a little bit of variance. I don't. It's like my best guess. What's the next release? Iron Man. It's an average right now. They're averaging Iron Man. And Dante, you keep showing us this. What does this mean?
All right, so let's go to the meat. So my sources are telling me that we should expect to see a Mark 6 reissue, or a Mark 5 reissue. So
Mark
these
5?
two, Mark 5 or Mark 5, right? This is 5? No,
No,
this is Mark.
six.
Oh, sorry, Mark 4. Oh, shit! I need to get
4.
my numbers together. Mark
Oh yeah,
4
4 is the
or
Iron Man
Mark
2.
6.
Circular chest is 4, and then 6 is the.
Oh my god!
There we go.
I need to learn my Roman numbers better, man. I'm telling you. So Mark 6 or
4.
Mark 4. So those and obviously Marble. I mean, Iron Man is their money cow. I mean, we know
Cash
that,
cow right there, man.
right?
Everybody knows
That's
that.
the cash cow.
Iron Man is insane in Asia, so yes.
So it makes perfect sense that they're gonna be doing this. But then we have to. I mean, besides this, my sources are also telling me that not only we're gonna see these two guys or one of these two guys coming. Also,
And to me, Mark IV was very recent in terms of Hot Toys releasing stuff,
right.
being that we've got the Joker 2.0, the DX11 was
Yes.
the Joker.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, and now we're still like, you came out with the Batman. Where's the Joker? And nothing. But
crickets.
Yeah. So, and then we have, like you're showing here already.
Right. This is my sources are telling me that there's very high chances that they're going to start reissuing figures that right now in the current market are selling high. Like this is the Mark 46. I got it right. This is the Mark 46 from Civil War. Also, a War Machine from Civil War. Those are the two hottest figures in the Marvel.
A little bit of high demand going on.
High demand going on, which makes sense. But wait, also they thinking, or they are probably gonna release this one here.
What?
Scarlet Witch from Civil War.
And you think why? Why
And
would you do that, Hot Toys? Well, they have everything laid out, licenses,
why?
they have material, they have everything cut out and it's cut and sewed already. Let's go ahead, put this on the conveyor belt and let's get this out.
Yes.
So.
But I mean, so far everything makes sense, right? What we were saying about the prices, what we were saying, how Hot Toys is really watching the market, the secondary market, and trying to get their cut, which is again absolutely fair and
business standpoint,
and business standpoint is a valid move. It is a valid move. Nobody's questioning that. Nobody's questioning that. I'm just sharing what I got, right? But not only that, right? Another figure that also they're potentially gonna reissue, it's gonna be this guy, Black Panther. And at this point,
Dante, you hit me with that one. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Black Panther. That much of a demand? Is it because of the death of?
It's because yeah. I mean, great actor. But it is unfortunate. I mean, it is a business, right? They need to make their money, and
business has no emotion.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much the truth, I guess. But what I think with this figure in particular, this is the one that comes with the head sculpt, obviously. I'm thinking that they probably won't reissue this one straight, but it will be more like a maybe end game version where you can see him pretty much the same thing with a different packaging. That would technically would not be a reissue, but more like a release. But
throw a gauntlet in there for funsies.
Yes, and you already have the gauntlet. You can just get it from Rocket and put it. I'm serious. You just put it there and just boom, call it for the day, man. You have your Black Panther. So those are.
Did you have this? Did you have this figure?
Me? Yeah, I have it.
How does the suit? Is the suit like the Superman suit?
It is very similar. Yeah, it's very similar.
Does it stick to itself?
Well, I don't keep it in crazy poses. I think I did a review. Yeah, I did a review on it. It was more like a tribute for Chadwick Boseman when he passed away. Just kind of like I never reviewed that figure, so I just did it and I gave it like 10 out of 10 because to pay respect to him, right?
Sweet man.
So yeah, that one is actually a pretty good figure. A lot of demand for that, which it is understandable. Those characters are
iconic. Never gonna get it again.
You're not gonna get it again. So this is your chance. And yeah, those are probably happening. But now, what about Star Wars? People asking me, okay, what about Star Wars? What about Marvel? I'm sorry, what about DC? Right. So we have this guy, right? What about DC, for example, right?
Right.
So for DC, I haven't heard anything specific about what they want to or they would like to reissue. It's mainly Marvel. But if you're going to reissue something to play, because you need to think about this, right? It's not only Marvel people who collect Hot Toys. You have Star Wars people that love Star Wars and DC and so on. So you need to be a bit more, I guess, wide with your reissues. If you're gonna reissue something, which by all means is fine, if that's the approach the company wants to take, hey, it is the approach. If you guys are happy with that, by all means, it's fine, right? You are the ones giving us the goods to us, right? But also I also think about the people who is very DC, hardcore fans, right? Why not giving them like. Right, easy. Why not give me like Batman or Joker, for example?
I feel like we're Hot Toys as kids. They feed us, and we like, yay. So if you have 2 kids, right? Parents have 2 kids. You have 3. I have none. I'm gonna keep it that way.
Are you older than me?
How can be? Huh? But you have 2 kids, right? The parents have 2 kids. You keep feeding one kid. You spoil that one kid. The other kid is going to be like,
why not me getting toy?
Yeah, you don't get. What about me? DC fans right now is that second kid, the hated one. The it's a hard not life. It's really hard for us DC fans with Hot Toys. I'm not sure if DC is a bit funnier with their licensing. Lightning, but I heard like DC is weird and they're more expensive. They're like really expensive for their licensing. And I don't know if they like, I don't know. But then you have Star Ace making like a ninja Batman. I'm like, if Star Ace can do that, you know, I'm sure Hot Toys can at least reissue a Keaton Batman or something crazy, you know?
Well,
So
didn't Hot Toys? Well, Hot Toys announced the Dark Knight, but it wasn't a reissue. This was more like a
upgrade
like an
2.0
upgrade
kind of,
2.0 kind of
yeah.
thing. So
They
you see,
they worked on it.
so you see, you know, that's a good move, right?
I mean, I wasn't mad at it. I'm getting it. I wasn't mad at it because of the upgrades.
Oh, me too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. This is not. This is. We just want to make. You know, the reason why we wanted to do this episode of reissues is just to kind of like lay it out and tell you guys what we think. Sometimes we don't come out right away to say something because we like to we like to dissect the information and then give us our reply because it is only fair, right? If you get attacked, everywhere, you're not just gonna counterattack like crazy. You need to check your strategy, right? So what we did is, bottom line is that we're not against reissues, right? We are happy for collectors who get the reissues. We also feel for collectors. We also feel for collectors who got something originally because, again, when Hot Toys started, it was more like a unique type of stuff that you get it once and that's it, right? And it is also fair for them to feel uncomfortable and trying to think, oh shoot, wait, now it's gonna be this is gonna be the thing now. So it is fair. We need to be again in the shoes of every collector, new, mid-level, and senior, to understand this thing, right?
Yeah, that's my biggest problem when making a reissue buyer pass is new collectors attack me. They don't just come at me, they attack me. And it's fine. I understand where they're coming from. It's basically saying like, I don't want you. It's kind of saying I don't want you to have what I have. But it's not that. It's not that I'm saying I don't want you to have what I have. It's that I want the community to have more of a variance, like we're talking about now. Where's our DC love? You keep reissuing Marvel. You keep reissuing specifically Iron Man. Help everybody out. So that's what I'm just trying to portray, that message. Maybe I said a little bit wrong, but I'm trying to portray the message that I want everybody to have love. And especially from a DC fan, I'd love to have some more Batman stuff.
Right. Sorry, I think Denobi will send me a message. Maybe we have him.
Ooh, Denobi. Denobi's even an Iron Man collector, right? And he's frustrated with these reissues because Denobi, why? He's a more seasoned collector. He's a very seasoned collector as far as Iron Man goes. Mm-hmm. So, of course, he's going to get upset because you know what? Like, these are my grails. These are my, you feel really good looking at your collection. And then you go and then you see a reissue and then you turn around and look at your collection and say, I'm going to sell what I thought was my biggest grail because it doesn't have that heart to it, just like that Charizard that I really need that costs like $1 million.
Well, you need to keep saving, my friend. but moving, going back to the reissue thing, right? The diversity. This is the word, diversity, right? If you're gonna give us Marvel, it's fine. Good for Marvel collectors. Good for people who missed out on Iron Man. That's good. That's good. But also I also think about my friends who love DC, right? Like these two guys, right? I mean, that will be awesome if you can get this one as well.
I know you love that one. You went to a great length and spent way above retail for Joker.
Right, which I just sell it back because I was kind of like disappointed of the prices of this guy. I say, you know what, I'm not. But anyway, I know, right? But this is one, right? So what about Star Wars? What about not giving us if you're gonna go the reissue route, which is fine, just give us a Leia, for example.
Exactly. It's funny you mentioned that because Leia was one of those figures that I missed, and it was early on collecting. For me, back in 2015, 2016, she was selling out and sold out, and I was bummed. I couldn't get her. I can't get her. I still can't get her because I'm a retail baby, and if it's not retail, I cry. So
how do you cry?
So it's not pretty. So
yeah, it's kind of like these prices are basically like if he dies, he dies, right? It's like, oh my god, $700. I mean, you guys are getting the point, right?
And,
if you're gonna reissue,
like you said, she passed away. So what happened? Value goes up. So now it's like we're not going to get any more of this, or what?
Yeah.
So we're waiting on a reissue.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Hot Toys.
Hot Toys. Or what about this guy? What about Obi-Wan?
No, I have him. I have him. Don't speak of this.
I don't have him. I don't have him. I used to have him. I want to have him back, but I don't want to pay $700 for it.
Yeah,
you know.
Is he at $700?
I don't know. I just throw a number there, but it's definitely more than 500. Definitely more than 500.
I'm curious because I have him and I can scout. I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Chill.
But you see, guys, our point, right? So we are all for reissues, but if you're gonna just concentrate on only one line and ignore the rest of the collectors, like the Star Wars collectors or the DC collectors,
wow,
then it could be a problem, right? They can be kind of like ignored, and that's basically what we don't want. I'm not saying to reissue every single figure because obviously that will be, I don't know, that will be super nuts to happen.
$500 or $600 right now for him.
Like, so it is a bit pricey. So, the bottom line is, if you're gonna reissue, Iron Man, because we know this is Iron Man is gonna give you the money because that's what it is. That's a fact, right? We cannot, hide the sun with a finger, right? It is a reality. But then also think about the collectors who wants to have some reissues of DC or Star Wars.
Right.
I mean, I will be happy to see something like this.
Iron Man, we have a flood. There's a whole plethora of Iron Man you can have. There is literally Hall of Armors of Iron Man. Check out Denobi's channel. Go look at his channel. Too many Iron Man. And that's fine because they have almost 80 suits. Star Wars, we don't have much, So the variants for Star Wars would be nice for some collectors who don't have them, who collected later. Iron Man, there's a ton. I mean, even on eBay, you can find Iron Man everywhere. So like Obi-Wan, like we were just talking about, you can't just go out and get another Obi-Wan and be happy with it. Like you have to get that one, and that one's like $500.
Right. So in other words, we need some love as well. Star Wars fans, we also need some love. We need it, whether it's a Obi-Wan or Princess Leia, and I spoke about this in the live stream on Friday. What about Bespin Luke? I mean, they show us already a Bespin Luke, and this would not be a reissue, but it will be an upgrade, right? Because of the head sculpt and all those things.
Yeah, that was a hard tease. This was a bad tease. Where did they tease this at? And everybody was like, he's next. We're going to get it. That's it. That's awesome. And nothing. Bespin Han.
I remember what. Yeah, Bespin Han was teased Bespin as well. Han. I mean, but that's not a reissue, right? That will be a new release.
Right.
Right. I mean, even if you want to go the route of reissuing again, I mean, what about Han and Chewie from A New Hope? I mean, if you want to give some Star Wars fans some love, I mean, you can reissue that one as well. And I know a lot of people might not be happy about it, right? Because technically that's a really super rare figure to find now. But
it would be it kind of almost wouldn't be a disappointed reissue coming from Star Wars. Anything you can reissue from Star Wars is fine at this point, because are we saturated with reissues from Star Wars? No, not at all.
Not at all.
We're saturated with Iron Man, and for collectors to constantly see Iron Man, for those who's not into Marvel and not into Iron Man as much, it's very saturated feeling, and it gets old. That taste gets old in your mouth real quick. So if Star Wars were to reissue something, I'll be like, yay! Even if it's an Obi-Wan, I'm gonna be like, is it updated? I'd get it. And,
right.
If they update it, the Alec Guinness sculpt, I feel they have room for updates in. So do your magic, Hot Toys, and reissue whatever you want, but update.
Right.
Star Wars, please.
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars. I mean, because I think Star Wars fans deserve it, right? I mean, we've seen so many Marvel figures, so many Iron Mans, which is by all means is fine as well. And again, going back to the point that we touched earlier today, it is fine for new collectors, right, who missed out on those figures, and by all means, it's fine if they can have the chance of getting them. But DC fans, Star Wars fans, we also need some love. We also need some love.
Yeah.
And Easy mentioned something very important. Remember, when all collectors like Easy, like Denovi, like Fabio, for example, they have been in the collecting world for a long, long time. When they started their journey, it was like Easy mentioned, was something more like exclusive type, right? That that you will not get a reissue of any of those figures, right? But now with the approach that they want to take, and again, as a business, they have the legitimate reason of doing that, and nobody's questioning that. We're just trying to we're just trying to raise our voice
Mhm.
and make them be more fair to us, the collectors, and give us
Right.
other options, not just Iron Man. I mean, I love Iron Man, but dude, give us something different as well. Like, give us some DC love, give us
Yeah.
some Star Wars love.
And it goes straight to I feel a company that bases its sales off of emotional impulse buys, which is basically
Yeah,
trends. That's why they're doing
right.
hype trains on Mandalorian. They're milking Mandalorian like crazy. So I feel like a company like that
Expect more.
should, yeah, it, huh? No, it should really listen to its consumers.
Right.
It's just like the weightlifting. I mean, you go in the gym, you weightlift, but what's more than the weightlifting you're doing? The hard work you're doing is your diet. And we're Hot Toys' diet. We're the one that feeds
I'm on
them.
a diet.
I'm not. I'm drinking carrot juice.
I'm drinking water. So
Love.
love.
I love you.
So
I love you all. You're
oh.
great family for me.
So yeah, man, we need some love, and before we go to the final thoughts and we call it for the night, for the day. Actually, no, this it
Night.
should be 7 o'clock. Well, it should be 7:53 p.m. on Monday right now.
He's timing it right now. Back to
Ah,
the
shoot.
future.
Oh, shoot. And I know, guys, that you would like to see us live, but I need to work with my friend's Easy's schedule, which is very busy,
That's my
and it's
bad.
kind of hard. It's not his bad. So we will make a day, and we will be able to see. You guys will be able to see us live for Sixth Scale Unfiltered. And if you want to see episode 3, let's break our own record. I said 100 likes the first video. Let's get
Over the
200
wire.
likes. Let's get
200 likes.
200 likes
We
for this
did.
video.
I'm surprised we did 200 over 250 plus on that first video.
Yeah,
That's some
yeah,
good stuff.
that was a
That's
good
some good
stuff.
stuff.
And we're gonna keep it real. Maybe next time we're gonna have a guest and talk about everything that matters to you, the collectors.
Have a
Uh,
little bit variation, the stuff we talk about, because having a guest introduces new flavors, and new flavors, yummy.
they're good. Um,
Anyway,
but guys, before we wrap it up, I'm gonna give you a giveaway giveaway announcement. Giveaway announcement. I'm gonna actually put the rules on my Instagram, so check that out. So the giveaway is gonna be for my 5,000 subscribers, and believe it or not, I'm actually getting closer. And obviously, that's thanks to you. Thanks to you guys for supporting me from day one. It's been a journey. I mean, now I'm trying to do this type of shows, which I think will add value to you, the viewer, giving you basically our honest opinion, talking about things that matters to collectors, and why not giving some tips for you guys, because there's a lot of new collectors that they're learning, and we're here to share what we know. Are we perfect? Obviously
yes.
not. We are
Oh
not perfect.
no.
What?
Oh no,
Who?
we're not. No, we're not. Of course, we're
No,
not.
no, we're not perfect. Maybe. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
So, hold on. Give me 1 second, Easy, because the train is passing. So you can talk if you want.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
It's a good show, yeah. So
Yeah, I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
put the details for the rules for the giveaway on my Instagram. So stay tuned for that. Has to be 5,000 subscribers. It's gonna be a brand new Hot Toys, and it's gonna be my own money. I don't get free shit. I don't get free stuff. It's just my own money. I have to pay for it or
And
win
I
raffles.
can go ahead. I can go ahead and rat on him because I was asking him like, "Where are you going to get the free figure?" He's like, "Well, I'm going to buy it." I'm like, "Oh my god, your own money?"
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah. That's why you guys need to like this video a
yeah,
lot. Liking helps.
it'll help him.
Subscribe to Isa's channel. He's really close to hit 10,000
10,000.
subscribers, and he's
on the
gonna
ladder.
give away a statue and 5 Hot Toys.
See you guys.
And- I'm just kidding. No. He will give away one of his Pokemon cards. I'm just kidding.
No, Clippy.
the Charizard, like
No,
the $1 million
You want
one.
You want this one? If I had that $1 million one, I'd buy everyone Hot Toys, man.
Dude.
Gosh, one card, 1 million.
One card, 1 million. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna put the details in the in the Instagram page. Please don't forget to become a member of Sixth Scale Media. Right, I'm gonna give you the details and everything there. Brand new Hot Toys when we hit 5,000 subscribers. Easy final thoughts, my friend.
Honestly, this, as much as we want from this community, as much as we pull from Hot Toys, as much as we do, it's all fun and games, and it's awesome to talk to people. Really, I didn't like until we started doing this unfiltered stuff. I really saw like true fans come out. You know, like you kind of weed your way through. When you start talking about certain things that not everybody likes, but it kind of brought you guys closer to us. I feel like I feel like it did. I feel like it did from my channel, from his channel. I feel like I'm seeing family members come to us and talking to us. I'm seeing the loyalty, and it makes me feel so good. And that's what I'm talking about. If everyone had that loyalty, it won't feel so good. We got this, man.
We got this, bro. We got this. Absolutely, yes. Yes, man. Like you guys are the best. I mean, we thank you for supporting us. Thank you for listening to us. To like or dislike. Thank you for that as well, because any type of interaction helps. If you disagree with us, by all means you can leave us a comment, but just be respectful. That's all we're asking.
Yes.
We don't attack anybody. We don't curse. We don't say any bad things to people, and we just deserve the same respect, right? If you guys disagree, by all means you leave a comment, or I don't agree. Perfect. I'm gonna say why. We're not here to impose our opinions. We're not here to impose our ideas. We're not here to tell you something that is not real.
Yeah.
Right. If I don't like something, I'll tell you. And I don't get paid by anybody. I buy all this with my own money. I don't have that luxury of getting free figures. I wish one day. I wish one day, for real. But I pay for all my figures, like same as Easy. Do I keep it all? Of course not, because I don't have space.
Yeah.
And also I need to make some money to get more figures, right?
Right.
So I need to sell them.
For reviewers, we got it hard. Y'all don't understand. We pay those day one prices. We get it hard. It's hard. It's a hard life, really, keeping up with the day one figure releases, information, your Hong Kong sources, and this and back and forth. It takes up more time and energy than it should.
It does.
Really. I mean, just for a bunch of toys, it's a lot. So
it's a lot, but we love what we're doing, and that's what matters.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Like I said, the community. It's so the loyalty and the love we get. It just makes everything so much better and fun.
It does. So we're gonna wrap it up, guys. I just want to say thank you again for watching. Thank you again for supporting. If you want to see episode 3, make sure you hit the like button. We need to break the record, 200. If we break the record, obviously you're gonna keep seeing more episodes, and hopefully next time we'll be live with my friend Easy Company Collectibles and myself. And that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, unshare. No, don't unsubscribe. Subscribe.
Dante, stop.
I'm sorry. I'm getting nervous here. But subscribe to the channel, my channel, Isa's channel. Come on, and as always,
be well.
Be well, and see you around in the next video.